Welcome to Matty Makes.
Hello, welcome to Maddie's Makes. I'm Crystal, and today we're dealing with fiber. If you're new with Maddie's Makes, it's a making show full of a lot of different tutorials, anything from the full process of fleece to fiber, knitting, crocheting. We'll dive into making paper. We will sew, we will quilt, we will make toys. We will do a lot of different things on this channel, and if you're interested in it, watch it. If you don't, skip it, and the next one might be for you. Today, we're diving into a fiber series. I'm going to start with dyeing fiber, then we're going to put it through the picker, put it through the drum carder, and then spin it, and then hopefully get a good sock yarn out of it and knit a pair of socks. This will be over several different videos. So let's get started. Hello, we're back. I have a fresh pot of water on. I'm gonna get the heat under it and turn it to like, I don't know, 3 or 4. Something on the low range. I'm gonna put some citric acid right into it. That's a good tablespoon. And we are going to do just the lilac. Really glue back in the basket. So before I start touching the dyes, back on with the face mask. Make sure you get a good seal around your mouth and your nose, because you don't want any of the airborne dye molecules to get into your system. Put the gloves back on. All right. Okay. So we're going to make sure all that citric acid is all dissolved. It is. Okay. I'm going to do the lilac. I'm going to put a good heaping dash into it. And actually, there's a lot of fiber. We're going to do 2 of those. The idea, doing it this way, putting the dye in first, is that we'll get more consistent color. And if I pre-soak the fiber, it'd be more consistent still. I'm not going to pre-soak the fiber just because I don't have another bowl to do that, and I don't want to take the time. But we are going to make sure that all the dye is now in the water. The water's slowly warming up. I'm just getting some dye molecules off the side. Okay. Then, oh, there's some truly beautiful pieces of fiber in here. So, first handful in. Little bits flying away. So we're just slowly poking her in. Oh, that's beautiful. I hope you can see that. That is a beautiful, thick, fluffy lock. This fiber is actually really awesome to spin. I got enough fiber off the sheep that after it was washed, I filled up an IKEA bag and it was mounded over. And I've already dyed some in several different color combinations, which I will put pictures in later. I did a red, purple, pink. It's kind of a Valentine's-y color. I did one that looks more like ocean, so turquoise and greens. Then I did one that was dark purple and black, so it looks like blackberries. This should just be a nice bright lilac. So that's in there, so we'll add another handful to the top. And there's still a lot of room left in the pot. There's some good motion. I don't know if you can tell how easy I'm just pushing in the chopstick. And you could use a slotted spoon or pretty much whatever you want. Or acidize, you might not want to use off metals, like you don't want to use copper or anything like that. You might get a chemical reaction off of it, but wood's fine. Actually pull in some of the color, and plastics are fine, but they will discolor. So I got that in. There's still a lot of color in here. So put in one more handful. I didn't really weigh the fiber before we started, but I had well over a pound that I brought up. And the IKEA bag's still mounted over, so you'll probably see this fiber come back more than once. I still have this huge handful. I think that's a real pretty piece. Before I do anything more, I think I'm gonna put a little bit more dye in because I want the color concentration to be there, and it's starting to get a little lighter. So this would be the third dash size spoonful I add to this. Really love my little measuring set. And like I said before, everything I'm using is I dye with only. I do not use on food or anything else. No. Might use it on other crafts, but nothing food-wise. There, now I got the color going back. Nice and rich and purple. Now I'm just gonna throw the last of the fiber in. Do not get the fiber over the sides. Wool doesn't burn too easily, but you will scorch the fiber. And it'll smoke, and it will stink. I'm just gonna slide this right into the side there. You'll see some bubbles coming up, and that's just the air coming out of the fiber. Some dirty pieces, shove those in so they get fiber, get color in them. All right, I think we got everything shoved under. There's still a lot of movement in here. So even though it looked like a lot of fiber, once it gets wet, it doesn't seem to be that much. But with all the fiber we dyed today, we should get a pair of socks out of it, especially since I'm going to add about the same amount of the chocolate brown natural fiber to it. Natural color, I should say, fiber to it. And it's a fleece I got at the same time. And I think it's a similar sheep type. The fleece looked really similar to each other. They both have 6-inch staple length. Very similar crimping, so they should blend together really well. And we'll see once we get in there. Might add some other fibers to it, and we'll just see what looks good. So I'm gonna kick this onto 2. We definitely don't want to be boiling, so simmering at all. It just needs to be hot and steamy. And I'll put this little hat back on to help it steam. And I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and peek at it. Hello, welcome back. It has been a while, so let's check the pot and see how the color comes through. Now we got some light patches, we got some dark patches. It looks pretty. I want it a little darker, so I'm gonna do gear back up. Add a little bit more citric acid to the party. Push it in a little bit, make sure those citric acid crystals get diluted, melted. Yeah, really want to cover up those dark ends. Grab the lilac. We're definitely just going to take little bits and hit where it's light. All right, that color go back in there. And we're going to pick it up and flip it over a little bit. And I trap some of that dye underneath. Ooh, definitely light bits. If you wanted light bits, you could leave it, but I want really dark purple to offset the dark browns. There. There's some good color back in that pot. Flip it again. And add just a little bit more. And then, hopefully I didn't add too much. Just a little bit more right here. Some of these light bits. And we'll wash this off. Because that's all I'm going to put in. I fear there's going to be more dye than fiber. And I don't have any more fiber with me. It is all down in the studio. And right now we're in the kitchen, so you have a lot of nice purple going on in the water. Get the fiber back all underneath. And set the timer for another 10 minutes. And we'll check on it then. Hello, welcome back. It's been just over 10 minutes and we're gonna see what this thing looks like. Oh yeah, that's more what I wanted to see. The water's pretty much clear and all this beautiful color. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Some variance, but overall it's that deep dark color I wanted. So we're gonna turn this off let it cool, dump it, let it get to room temperature, wash it at room temperature, and then let it dry. Hey, this video is running a bit long, so see the washing up steps in the next video. Thanks. Have a great one. Bye.